Welcome to Healthy Together Time today. We're so excited to be here. My name is Kat Fuller, and I'm co-hosting with my husband, John, and we are still married. We are together. We're on separate computers. So just enjoy us not in the same screen. But we're excited to get going tonight, and we'll just get rocking. We want to ask you, as you get started tonight with this, being part of this webinar, are you ready to live your best life? We just celebrated a holiday that's near and dear to my heart, Memorial Day. And I happened to be in a store when they came over the intercom and said, hey, it's Memorial Day and we want to honor all of those who've lived and died for our country, and for any of those who have been lost in recent tragedies. And I thought, because this is this week of Memorial Day week, that we could have just a moment of silence here. So we'll just do that real quick. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you for honoring that moment of silence. It's a good time always to quiet your mind and think about the people you're grateful for and the things in your life that you're grateful for. It's summer. And I know a lot of you, maybe some of your kids aren't out of school yet. Our kids are out of school and things change like crazy this time of year. It's like the routine just goes out the window. Kids stay up all hours of the night. They stay out with their friends. We have teenagers. It's crazy town. We'll have 10 teenagers over here in the hot tub, and life's crazy. But you know what? We want to help you tonight to live your best life. As I said, my name's Kat Fuller. This is my husband, John. And John, you want to share a little bit of our story?
I don't know. I'll try my best. Hey, I'm John Fuller, and I'm excited to be sharing some time with you tonight as well. Our journey really started 9.5 years ago as clients. Is it 9.5 years ago already, babe? My gosh. She came home one day and she said, hey, my friend's a coach and I'm doing her program. And that is Amber. So in case you didn't know, Amber is our coach. And she said, I'm doing the program. And I said, great. And I listened to her on the couch, and I was sitting next to Kat listening to the health assessment, and I said, okay, sign me up too, but don't give them my phone number because I don't want them to call me. And yeah, that was kind of how it started. So Amber and Jared didn't have my phone number for a lot of years. I just want to say, please don't be as stubborn as me. It's really not worth it. You're not benefiting anyone, especially yourself, by being so stubborn. And so I know that sometimes guys can be a little bit stubborn. If you're on here tonight, you're not. So that's definitely true. But Kat and I are certified coaches with Optavia. We love the program. We love being coaches. We love seeing people's lives change day in and day out. And not just our own, like it's helped us for sure, and it's helped our family for sure. But to see all of your smiling faces on this Zoom, for example, just brings light and joy to my life. Kat?
Thank you. Me too. I love community. This is my favorite thing about Optavia, is the people that are here, and they become your family. They become the people you love the most. And I'm so grateful for my Optavia family. I wanted to point out something that Dr. A says all the time. You are the author of your life. You've behaved yourself up to this. Oops, sorry, you guys, technical difficulties over here. You've behaved yourself up to this point in your life, and you can choose to behave yourself into the future you want to create. It is not your husband's fault who brings home donuts every day. It is not the weather's fault because you couldn't go out and work out. It is not anyone else's fault that you are where you are. And I even hate using the word fault, because it's really just a reason. It's really just behavior. You've behaved yourself up to this point. We've all behaved ourselves to where we are right now. And that's okay. It's a good thing. We are where we are, but we also get to choose. Is this really where I want to be? Do I want to get better? Do I want to improve? And I lost my weight 9 years ago, over 9 years ago. John said 9.5. And I've stayed really close to that weight for that long. And I've behaved myself up to this point. But guess what? I'm always working on getting better. And I'm always working on creating a better life for myself. And that's what I love about Optavia is we provide this opportunity to come to a space, a safe space, where people are wonderful to each other. We're all working on the same things. We all have grace. We all understand that none of us are perfect, but we get to author our life. And we want to kind of help you navigate your summer, your next 2 weeks, your next 2 months, your next 2 years, your next 20 years. We want to help you with that so that you know you're the author of your life. What do you want your life to look like? Do you guys know what you want your best life to look like? Is that something you've spent any time doing? Do you want to travel? Do you want to get in really ridiculously healthy physical shape? Do you want to have lots of time freedom to spend with your family? Do you want to spend time at an ocean? Do you want to exercise into your 80s and 90s and be healthy? What do you want? Maybe share in the chat some of the dreams you guys have. I'd love to read some. We want you to spend some time with this. Look at your life and now, and look at your life next week, next month, next year, 15 years down the road. What do you really want? Someone said, I want to be able to run and play with my grandkids. I have always wanted to live to be 100. Me too. My great grandma lived to be 99. And from the time she was 70 until 99, she said, this might be my last Christmas with you every Christmas. And she said over 29 years, my grandpa would always tell me that story, to farm and to hike, to say yes to adventure. I love this. Keep playing until we're old and gray. I love this. So our life, rather than reacting to our circumstances, what if we went out and created the lives we want? What if life wasn't really about fixing problems? Like we see weight sometimes and it's like a problem to fix. Like, oh, I have to lose this 50 pounds so I can be healthy. What if we flipped the script on that and we started creating our healthiest life? I have an amazing guest tonight named Tammy Ramsey, and she is going to talk to us about creation. You there, Tammy?
I am. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I am also an independent certified Optavia coach. I think I've been doing it for 6.5, 7 years. I don't even know. I've lost count. It's just been such a joy and so much fun. So I want to go along right with that creation. Where do we start? How do we make the things happen? And if you want to go to the next slide, Kat, I'm pushing the buttons and it's not me. You have to ask yourself, how can we create our success? And I love that we need to come from this creative space, right? What do you want to happen for your summer? Where do you see your life leading you? Are you going to be adventurous? Are you going to be all about the food? What are your goals going to be for the summer, for your health, for your life, for your family, for your spouse? So we're going to talk about whether it's a barbecue or camping or whatever it is. Sorry, yep, you're good. You can choose to be successful. Now you can go on. And we're going to start by just deciding to decide. We have to make the decision. We can't just go willy-nilly through life and not make any decisions. And sometimes you just got to decide, right? We have to think about the things that we want to create. Write them down. Next slide would be perfect. You get to choose what your summer's gonna look like, right? You get to choose what your life is going to look like, what your relationships are going to look like. So what outcome do you want? Okay, so if we're talking about barbecues and camping, let's talk about this for a hot second. Are you focusing on food? How many of us are like, I talk to clients all the time. They're like, you know what? I am so excited about camping because I'm going to eat this and I'm going to eat that and I'm going to eat this. I want you to think for a moment when you go back in your phone and look at your pictures, or wherever you look at your pictures. Are there any pictures of the potato salad? Are there any pictures of pie? Are there any pictures of any of the food? Like, why don't we choose to focus on the social aspect of what is happening? Because I guarantee you that's what your pictures are going to show, right? Hey, maybe camping, you're creating memories by playing cornhole or card games with your family or soccer, like whatever it is, or just having conversations around the campfire. So, some things that you can do is visualize what you want. Hey, let's talk about what kind of pictures do you want at the end of your summer? Maybe you do take pictures of the food. I think I saw somebody in the chat saying, oh, I take pictures of food. Okay, so if you do, that's okay. I'm not judging. Like, we all have whatever we want to celebrate and be happy for, right? But I want to challenge you to take more pictures of the social aspect, to enjoy the social aspect and not make it about the food. So that when you look back in your pictures, when you reflect back on your life, you've found the memories that are most important to you, which are your family, your friends, all the people in your life, right? The other thing is to, if say your goal for the summer is to lose weight or to not gain weight, visualize yourself where you want to be at the end of summer. Visualize yourself where you are, how you feel, what kind of things you have accomplished, what kind of things you're going to accomplish. Like our company always says, lead from the future, act in the now. So create those steps that can help you to reach whatever goal it is, whether it's to be more adventurous, to create stronger relationships, to build memories, whatever it is, you get to choose. Next slide. So the next thing is, what's the plan, Stan? So you don't ever leave your house without knowing where you're going, what you're driving in, who you're going with, if anyone, right? You always have a plan. So why do we not think about our summer? Maybe you do. My daughter is like so much a planner. If I don't get on her schedule for the summer, the entire summer will be planned. So some people are gifted that way. I'm not. I have to work at it. So next slide. What kind of plan can we make to help ourselves to be more successful? You can sit down and figure out what you want first, right? And this is also called structural tension. You want to put what goals you want, where you want to be at the end of summer, what things you want to achieve, whether it's with your health, whether it's your relationships, whatever it is, it's your adventures maybe. And then you write down your plan. You even write down all the steps that you're going to take to make those things happen. I suggest you take a picture of it and put it on your phone. If you need to worry about going to a barbecue and you're not knowing if there's anything that you can eat because you're on plan, you're eating healthy, you're trying to eat the best that you can for your body, have that picture in your phone to remind yourself of your plan. Be creative, try new recipes, and when in doubt, bring a salad, right? We can always bring things to barbecues. We can take things camping that we know we can eat. We can prepare for camping. We have some great recipes that are just throw your lean green in a foil and throw it over the fire on the barbecue. Like, there's so many things that, as long as you make a plan and plan for it, again, plan to be more social, enjoy the people you're with. So yeah, stop, challenge, and choose. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, stop making excuses. There you go. I love it. Stop making excuses. So yes, create a plan for yourself. Let's focus on social. This is a picture of our trip to Cancun. I love this because it is all about the social. It should be about the people. Our summer should be about enjoying our family and friends and doing things that we can remember for the rest of our lives. Next slide. So the next thing is water. There's my time. So really quick, always have a water bottle in your hand at a barbecue, camping. drink lots of water, hydrate. That'll keep you satisfied and full, and it keeps you from cruising the snack table. Next slide. Then the other thing is you can look for recipes. Talk to the person that invited you. All of us here are part of a Facebook group. The group I'm a part of is Healthy Together. There's a lot of us that are in that, and there are recipes in there. You can even go to the top of the bar and search and put in like camping recipes. And there's going to be some comments that come up. You can put on there, hey, does anybody have great camping recipes? Utilize the community, dive in. Also on Pinterest is the Optavia Lean and Green page. So Optavia has some great lean and green recipes. And remember, for barbecues, camping, you can utilize your lean and greens and cook them and take them anywhere. So y'all be successful, decide, make a plan. You can do it. You can survive this summer. Thank you.
I love that, Tammy. Thank you so much. And I also heard stop making excuses and start caring more about people. You guys, that's one of the biggest things I've really learned in my time spent with Optavia is that I get to focus on the things that are the most important to me. And guess what? It's the people. It's the people. It's not the food. It's not this amazing recipe I found that even though it's healthy and everyone should eat it. It's like Tammy said, do we go back and look through and go, oh my gosh, that salad was so good. Like, we spend way more time looking at the people in our phones. I love that you said, what pictures do you want to have at the end of the summer? I love that idea. So we have another story from our dear friend Antoinette. Can you come off mute? Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
And share some of her tips with us.
Hello, friends. So this is super fun. I have been on this journey since January. So those are some fun, not so fun pictures on the left and more fun pictures on the right. But I did want to share some things I've learned. We recently did a challenge called our Mindfulness May. And for any of you who participated in that, this will be a little bit of a review, but this really stood out to me as I have been approaching my summer schedule and the events that are coming up. And I'm going to be the first one to say that it's really easy to associate, oh, yay, I'm going to this fun barbecue and they always have my favorite chips, or they always have ice cream bars, or they always have whatever. And I really love what Tammy said, really reminding us that if we're taking pictures of that event, we're probably not taking a picture of the box of ice cream bars, right? That would be a little weird. So anyway, I just want to share something. Kat, do you want to move to the next slide? So you get to be in charge. I'm going to a barbecue. I'm going to a place where they're going to have snow cones and cotton candy and whatever the case may be. And it just turns out that I'm in charge and I get to make the choice. I can make the choice to go prepared for that event. I can make the choice to go unprepared for that event. And that either way, we don't have to judge it or say, you know, like, you're so bad because you didn't prepare. That's not the case at all. It's taking back the accountability and the ownership that whatever happened, I was still in the driver's seat. You go ahead and go to the next slide there, Kat. I want to talk a little bit about the hunger scale. Some of you might have heard about this on our Mindfulness May challenge, but this was such a fantastic concept for me. So I am on the Optavia program right now, which is a program which facilitates me eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. And that has been really, really helpful for me because I find that if I eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, I stay kind of in the middle of that hunger scale. I don't know if you can see any of the text underneath there. Some of you probably have a bigger version of that slide than I have, but it just allows you to say, you know, I feel pretty satiated and maybe I'm starting to get hungry. And that's usually when I check my clock to say, oh yeah, I'm headed for my next fueling, I'm headed for my next meal, and it helps me keep that in check. I found before being involved in this program and getting kind of a different mindset around eating and what it means to fuel your body, that I would go these huge stretches of time without eating, thinking I was saving calories, or I was saving up for the barbecue at night, or I was like, counting my points or saving my points for dinner or something like that. And I would end up in the 8, 9, and 10 range for the hunger scale, which means that my brain is intent on survival. And when I have allowed my body to get that hungry, my brain isn't thinking through my frontal lobe anymore. We're not making choices anymore. We are going after the very first thing that my body and my brain recognize as fast calories to maintain my blood sugar. And it's going to be carbs. It's going to be sugar, because my body's like, you've let us get too hungry and now we're going to die. Like our brains are fatalists. Now we're going to die and we've got to eat this thing and we've got to eat it fast or the organism doesn't survive. You're not going to live. And for me, that is a recipe for failure. So I have loved learning about this hunger scale. And I have found that if I'm headed for a big event and maybe I haven't been very good about my 2.5 to 3 hours that day, I got busy and my pattern has been a little bit irregular, I can feel myself creeping up to that 7, 8, and 9 range. And I know I'm headed somewhere with foods that are like super not good for me. I'm going to feel sick afterward, but I'm going to want to eat them. And so I will often say, you know what? I'm in the driver's seat. I'm going to grab my macro balanced fueling, or I'm going to take, have some greens or something to bring my hunger scale back down into a manageable range so that I can still think clearly and make decisions with the part of my brain that can make those decisions. Can you move on to the next one there, Kat? So these are some fun pictures, and I feel like I've been each one of these people. If I'm in the driver's seat of my life, there have been so many times that I've gone to an event or done something, and afterward I'm doing this, why, or how could I do that? Or I'm so disappointed in myself, or I'm feeling shame, or I'm feeling, the disappointment is like the big one that comes up for me. Or I'm like the lady on the left, like, oh no, I have just messed up everything for days on end. And neither of those pictures look like somebody who is in control of their vehicle. Do you want to move on to that next one, Kat? I want to drive like this. I want to be, 10 and 2. I want to know where I'm going. I want to have a smile on my face to say, you know what, I'm going to show up to this event. There's going to be all my favorite food that makes me feel sick and makes me feel puffy and sets me up for long-term disease and disability. I'm going to show up to that event. I'm going to be tempted by it, and I am going to have either prepared or I'm going to reroute myself and use some tools to help me stay in the driver's seat with both hands on the wheel and moving forward, because I am going to wake up tomorrow morning and I am going to step on that scale if it's weigh-in day for me, or I am going to put on my clothes and I'm either going to feel puffy and yucky, or I'm going to feel like I've got a teeny tiny win in my back pocket. So anyway, Kat, thanks for giving me an opportunity to share a few things. And I hope that everyone here will consider how they want to drive their life and if they're in that seat or not. Thanks.
Oh my gosh. Tammy and Antoinette, you guys are amazing. Thank you for taking some time to share from your hearts tonight. I am literally just sitting here and I'm so grateful to be here. I'm just feeling a piece of being with this community. That never gets old for me. And one thing I would hope that all of you would take away from tonight is that if you want some more peace in your life, hang out with people that want to help you become the best version of yourself. Because I'm telling you right now, when you take this stuff in, and you might not remember, all the details of the slides, and that's okay. Maybe you just remember how you're feeling in this moment being here, and that you have the power to take control of your life and become the best version of yourself. If that's what you take away from tonight, awesome. You guys, we have so many amazing tools with our program. Everybody gets a coach. Where else do you have that? I mean, come on, really think back in your life. Think about all the things you've done. How many times have you been given a coach in addition to whatever it was? Well, maybe like Little League soccer, right? You got a coach when you played Little League soccer. I guess if you played sports after that, you had a coach too. But for so many things in life, you don't have a coach. You're doing it solo or you're grabbing some friends. But this, you get a coach and you get an amazing community. You get this part of it. You get all the people that are on this Zoom and the people that are surrounded in your life. You don't have to go it alone.
I love
You get to go ahead.
Sorry, you cut out for a second. I thought you were done.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish.
Okay. With our transformational system, we get to learn how to truly transform our mindset. We're not doing it on our own, right? Dr. A, pretty smart guy. He's got that thing called the life book. How many of you have a life book? Raise your hand. Okay. If you don't know where it is, just go find it. Just go set it beside your bed. If you do know where it is, but it's not accessible, just go find it. Put it next to your bed. If you are rocking it and getting through there every single day and gaining knowledge from it, awesome. If you're not, it's not a shame on you. It's not a negative. It's just a, you know what? Today I'm going to work to be 1% better than I was yesterday. Read 1 page, read 2 pages, see what happens. And then we have our fuelings that just make our life so much easier. You guys, I'm here to tell you, I will be eating Optavia fuelings till the day I die because they're so stinking easy. I don't have to try and figure out all the details of life. Look, there's so many other choices in life. I don't want to have to figure out what I'm going to be eating throughout the whole entire day, right? My choice is narrowed down to, do I want a caramel bar or do I want a s'more bar? Oh, super simple, right? And some of you are going, well, do I have to eat these fuelings the rest of my life? No, you don't have to. But if you want your life to be simpler, it's an easy choice. It makes your life so much better. And they taste good. Like for real, they taste good. You guys, I love what Amber said. I can't imagine my morning without hot cocoa, right? I mean, we have boxes and boxes of hot cocoa. There's a time when we thought that they weren't going to be as available. So some of us bought a lot of boxes of hot cocoa and
He's calling me under the rug here. I accidentally ordered a case of hot chocolate instead of 1 box. It's true. And it's okay because you can order food by the case. You can get 12 and then you have hot chocolate for a while and it's wonderful. I love it. I have it too. So you guys, if you're feeling like you don't know like where you want to be at the end of the summer, you're feeling kind of out of sorts, plug into these 4 parts of the program, all of them. Stick around with us, stay in the community, resist human nature to isolate yourself because that doesn't serve anyone. And I'm going to say, maybe you have a heart to help others. Maybe that's what you need to get unstuck. If you feel stuck, maybe you need to share your heart and your own journey with someone you care about. That's just something I had thought about. And a lot of times we get stuck in our lives. It's because we just need people. We need people with us. We need more. And we need to be doing more, not less. So anyway, we appreciate you guys joining us today. We are going to wrap up this call and we invite you to stick around and we're going to talk about how you can be more successful with addition to these 4 components. Part of one of these components is actually helping others and having a coach and being a coach, being our own coach and even coaching others. We're going to have a coach explorer and we'd love to have, I thought I moved it. It didn't work. Okay. Just kidding. We're going to do that next week. We want to invite you to this first, and then we're going to break out. Next week, we have a Health and Hope Night, different Zoom room. Please pay attention to this. Take a screenshot of this ID, this Zoom room. You will also get a notification in Healthy Together. If you have your notifications on, when this gets posted, we share these events. So make sure it will be broadcast in Healthy Together. It will also be on this Zoom link. And join us. These are so great. Same time, different channel, and it's going to be Health and Hope Night. It's going to be wonderful. So if you can't join on that Zoom, we do stream it in the Facebook group so you don't get confused. But anyway, we thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks, Antoinette and Tammy, for your help. And you guys go out and create the life you want. This summer is a great time to focus and to really hone in on how you want your life to look. tomorrow, the next day, 5 years from now, 10, 20, 30 years from now. You get to decide. You're in charge. So let's all go create our best lives.